Hey everyone, this is Josh back with Cardboard Chronicles. Today we are speaking with Peter, also known as Martel, and Scott. How you guys doing? These are the Card Hobby official guys if you've seen them on Instagram. So I'm really fortunate to get them on today and talk to them about basketball cards and sports cards and their business, and I want to hear a lot about that. So it's going to be a great interview. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm great. Well, it's daytime for you guys, right?
Yeah, it's like 12 in the noon right now. Yeah, 11:45.
So where are you guys at?
Car hobby office. Yeah,
In China, right?
yeah, in China, Shanghai.
Great.
We're based in Shanghai. Yeah.
So we're like this 14-hour difference right now, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, like what city are you in? Like I'm curious. Like
I'm in Chandler, Arizona.
oh, Arizona. Sweet,
Yep.
sweet.
Yep. So it's nighttime here and daytime for you guys the next day.
Uh-huh.
All right. So why don't you guys start us off? Give us a brief overview of you guys and your history in the hobby and your business and everything.
呃, no,
就是简单自我介绍
I'm from Shanghai and I was collected Ray Allen basketball card for 20 years and take my favorite card to here.
Yeah.
Care about talk about the basketball card. Yeah.
Okay, me. I started collecting when I was 11. It was like when LeBron James entered the league, and I was buying like singles of Allen Iverson. Like I just buy like small jersey, like a little bit inserts. Then I quit like after 2 years because my mom didn't allow me to collect anymore. Then I go to Then I go to States for school, like for college. I went to upstate New York for college. It's middle of nowhere, so it's kind of boring there. I started like go back to collecting again. The first PC player I started was Martel Webster. That's why like all my close friends like call me Martel. Yeah, I'm still collecting him now. Like I collect duplicates, like all the exquisite rookie patch autograph, and like some Panini stuff. Now he's a rapper now. Like Panini no longer produce his cards, and these days my main PC is Denver Nuggets. Like I'm a huge Denver Nuggets guys because of the crazy patch they have. Like the like a small piece of card. The patch, and also like the culture of the team. Like they run like crazy offense and they just like pop shoot. And I have a lot of Ty Lawson. I used to collect Kenneth Fareed, and these days I collect like Malik Beasley. Like he's a super athletic guy. I have some Jamal Murray as well. Yeah, basically that's how I started my hobby and what I'm doing now.
It's crazy
Yeah.
that your friends actually call you based on your who you collect. I've never heard of that before. It's kind of a unique thing. So why don't you can you tell us more about what Scott collects and what you collect, like specifically?
农啥来了？
书有的呀，就是跟哪能讲不同的
He collects all Ray Allen. That's what he told me. Like
Just
all
everything.
Yeah.
card and play exclusive shoes, jersey, pro cut, and game worn, and everything about Ray Allen.
Everything Ray Allen.
So why
Like-
Ray Allen?
我想是为
I don't know. 哪能讲？ So, when I was a student, I will like to play basketball, and that's two my favorite player, Dennis Rodman and Ray Allen. And it's 1996. It's the Ray Allen rookie year, so I chose a rookie to play a basketball card from that year. So I chose Ray Allen, and still to here, and until
Yeah.
to here.
You should,
Until
you should,
today.
yeah. He should have collected Kobe. Now he was just like big dicks on it, like yeah.
Ray Allen has some pretty cool. He's in like a lot of cool sets though. Still, right? You guys have a lot of the like exquisite stuff and a lot of the cool '90s sets from Ray Allen.
He actually met Ray Allen like last year when he came to China.
Oh yeah,
Like so Ray Allen, the whole collection, the PE shoes, the
really,
game jersey. Ray Allen was amazed. Like,
really.
wow, I don't know. I even have like a huge fan in China. You know,
Do you have any Ray Allen stuff you could show now?
like cards. Yeah, he brought some like Ray Allen cards.
Does he have some today? I mean, like right now?
Yeah,
I'm,
card. Ray Allen card.
yeah. You want to see what that's my exquisite,
Nice.
exquisite
There you go.
logos and government plate,
Yes.
government plate, and SP authentic patch order. Here and some like mouthpiece.
Oh, wow.
One.
There you go.
And I don't take the usually collector and use like precious metal and star ruby and legacy.
He had all of them, but
that's usually.
he said that that's commonplace stuff for a PC collector. You know, he had a 2 PMG green, and he think it's commonplace stuff for a PC collector. So he brought something unique like that. That
Yeah.
is like his personal favorites. You know.
That Masterpiece 101 is sick, man. That's a great year.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And I have the other year, but I can find it today. And then the 97, 98, the masterpiece, and a showcase for 2000, a showcase masterpiece 101. I have all of them. I just find the very retro of 2 years masterpiece collection. Hong Kong. Yeah.
Just in the little binder there.
So, yeah.
Not the big picture.
Okay.
Can you guys tell me about Card Hobby Official now? Just give me the background. I don't think a lot of my viewers are familiar with the business, what you guys are doing, and sort of like the background behind it.
这个阿拉怎么上译这个我来讲嘛。
OK，就是
OK
英文啥？
就是讲阿拉公司这个。So basically, we have like a trading platform. It's like Chinese eBay basically, and it's compatible with like smartphone and also has a web version. We have our own auction house. Like people in China just listed like numerous cars on our website, like for auction or like buy now. So basically, I would say over 95% like card transaction happens in China take place on our site.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and we have like over 50K active users like already, and the sales volume is like over 1 million USD. Like the sales volume, like the total transaction volume, like every month,
So
like over 1.
are they using you guys as like the eBay middleman? So they don't send you their stuff. They still just ship it themselves.
Like some sort of like consignment work, like just very little. Like we want to do like a P2P, like a peer to peer. We wanted the seller like directly make transaction with the buyer.
Right.
We don't want to like be a middleman and like take like commission. We do take commission, like it's like 3%, like compared to like 10% of the eBay.
Right.
Like it's basically nothing. Like it's a very insignificant amount like compared to eBay. And besides that, we are all collectors, obviously. Like the CEO of our company, he's like a Jason Kidd super collector. Like all the Jason Kidd cards you see on our Instagram belongs to him. And then we have like another collector collect like Penny Hardaway. You met him like during nationals, Michael. He used to like Penny Hardaway, like a lot of them. And we also have a guy who collects like Gary Payton.
Yep.
Gary Payton.
Yep.
Yeah. And also like another dude, he's not here. He collected like Justin Jackson, Conor McDavid, and Darius Miles. Like they all been collecting like for over 20 years. Like I'm the young guy, like I'm the young guy. Yeah.
So how
Yeah.
how does it work for you guys working for this company? Do you guys like it? What's like your day to day?
Like some of us have like daytime job. Like for me, I work. Yeah, like we are part time basically, and like for me, I work for a sports agency. I do sponsorship sales like for sports team, like sports events. And
我
for
会
him,
搬一张，现在我们的网站已经基本上趋于成熟，不需要花太多的维护什么事情上。
yeah. And also like our boss, like he has his own business going, so he made a lot of money. He's an entrepreneur.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's how he got funds for all the high end Jason Kidd. And yeah, like we have our thing going on, but besides our daytime job, like we just spend all our weekends like working nights here, just busting cars, like and making deals. Yeah.
So you'd say this is like a fun like hobby / job for you?
Like we didn't expect it turns to a business like until like 3 years ago, because like there's no like a legit trading platform in China. Like a lot of frauds, like a lot of scandalous news we heard like from other collectors. So we kind of feel it's our obligation. I won't say obligation, but like it's our responsibility, like to provide like a platform, like with regulation and policy to make people to deal like smoothly. That's how like car hobby was born, like the app, like the website. And last year we merged the website with the app. So basically it's like eBay. You can check your selling item on your phone as well as the website. Yeah.
So then jump right into like the hobby landscape in general in Asia and China. So what is it like for me and a lot of people in America? We're sort of like it's sort of this black box. We don't really know a lot of what goes on. So I think it's be great for my listeners to hear like what it's like over there and what's the landscape.
No 办法，就中国人打这样子。
不会。
你们能帮我讲几个伪装？Scott think it's like horrendous. It's like horrible.
办公室就认为玩家只是就是俱樂部嘅炒票嘛，炒票面嘅。我認為就是講，它是一個收專人嘅名，所以我們稱之為
Okay. Yeah, Scott's opinion is 95% of the people in the collectors community are for money. They buy cars to flip to make money. The definition of a collector is he collects a certain player or like a certain set. Like he think like only like less than 5% of the whole population falls in that category. Like most of people just like goes for the hobby for money.
这卡好像是中国就是不钱，就是不就是。
And the reason like why people bust so many cases in China is because the gambling culture is like so huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like people like in Asia in general, like Hong Kong, Taiwan, China, like even Japan, Korea, Singapore, they just love gambling. They just like expect like a high return on those boxes they bust. And it's different like from how like I get into the collection like when I was a kid. Like back in 2003, I started collecting by buying singles and putting them in the binder. Like just start building a collection like piece by piece. It's like a long like progressive things.
Right.
But now people like the newcomer of the hobby, they just buy boxes. They expect to bust like a Kobe Bryant autograph. They sell it for $100.
Yeah.
So he will have the money to buy more boxes.
中國卡米嚟嘅卡嘛，咁啊佢規定個卡嗰啲印嘅上面，有咁加到上面，然後再規定個卡價，然後啲卡嗰啲個圖片上面弄得公公。
And yeah, and also like the newcomer of the hobby, like they take a different route to comprehend the cards. Like when we were start collecting, we will read the words on the back, like the statistics, like try to get to know the story behind it. But like those people now, they don't even care like what's on the card. You know, they just like check eBay, how much it worth,
Yeah.
how much money I can fetch like from selling it. Like so, it's not like a cultural thing anymore. It's more like an investment or like a gambling. Like these days, I would say like over 95% of people is like that.
So is that frustrating for you guys as collectors?
I mean, like this is what it is, you know. Like we cannot change the culture like these days, but we still try to be ourselves. Like we buy a lot of singles as well. Like we have like a small circle like with true collectors, you know, like collectors for Marcus Camby, Ricky Miller,
Yeah.
And Iverson.
and Iverson. Yeah, we have true collectors, like a small circle. But most of them like started collecting like back in 90, you know, like 1996.
这例子就是 I like the Rihanna rookie year of the card and the base card and the member only refactor the 这叫啥名字 the predictions maybe just
Credentials.
credentials.
Yes, credentials.
And I also like masterpiece 104 and I also like the base card.
You collect base card as well.
Because
Yeah.
actually like this one.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah. I love this card because picture was
The photo selection. The photo selection.
Yeah, sure.
So not the price reason.
Yeah, just not like it's not like we just collect expensive cars. You know, like we do it for the love of the hobby.
Sure.
We
Totally.
buy cheap stuff and just to enjoy the collecting. You know.
Yeah, I mean, one of the reasons I wanted to have you guys on was just to show like the similarities between the cultures in terms of the hobby. Like it's the same here in terms of, you know, you have your true collectors and you have your people looking to flip and make money. That's no different. And then, you know, people that actually enjoy the photos, like these are all similar parallels, right?
Definitely.
Is there anything else that like sticks out to you in terms of like the difference between the cultures in terms of collecting? Like one thing I've noticed is that there's not a ton of like cross trading between the two countries, and is that something like just like the sheer distance and the shipping, or is there something else to that?
中國幫美國人買咗卡，如果講中國人幫美國人啲卡就係呢個特別唔一樣。
美國人會去 set them PT events，中國人會去 patch order。
Okay, like you know, like Chinese people love like sick patch autograph, like a very thick card that looks expensive. It's just like how Chinese people love Louis Vuitton, you know. Like, but a lot of us, like a lot of true collectors, they like 35 point, like the thin card, the small reflector, the base card, you know, like.
我会去的卡是要参到纸币上。
He like cards that could put in the binder.
I'm the exact same way. Yep.
Yeah.
Because that's how they were made originally, right? That's just like how they used to be made.
Yeah. You know, I mean, he's not I won't say like he didn't like it. He just like the card I put in the one touch are not his favorite. You know, he like card the binder.
Right.
But one thing for sure, yeah, Chinese people love like RPA, like Eminence, like flawless patch, like premium patch, autograph. They like those stuff that look pricey, you know.
But do you think like Asian collectors try to stay away from American collectors, or is it just like you just don't run into it as much where you are encountering American collectors?
我的方面跟你隔离开，
我觉得
網絡唔通嘅，喺 Facebook 冇Instagram。
搿是有可能，搿是因為網絡關係。但是我認為，我幫你講啥，就講我跟中國人用的時候，還是會得想，就是講 vintage 啊，我歡喜嘅東西，我卡之前我就往方面考慮，包括 refactor 啊，包括啥物，超時光嘛，中卡就往方面考慮。現在這個是那個的 Panini 要寫鈔票嘛，或者搿種系列東西都講這是針對中國人來做的。
對，like what Scott say is like it's not like Chinese people try to stay away from the American collectors, like because of the internet. Like there's a lot of censorship, like in China, and most of the Chinese people couldn't use Facebook. they cannot get on the Instagram. So it's kind of like there's an obstacle in between like the two like overseas community, you know.
Yeah.
And Scott Scott thinks like vintage. It takes time like for Chinese people to get educated. Like probably like in 3 years, in 5 years, like people
20
will,
years.
like 20 years. In 20 years, people will start like realizing like those cars, like the origins of like the collecting. You know, they will start like appreciating those like um, you know, like base, parallel, inserts. It just takes time for them to learn and like to edify in the community. Like there have to be some people to be the role model, like to show people, hey, collecting those cars are fun too. You know, not
Yeah.
just those like six patch autograph.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. It just takes time.
你要可以讲一个大多数嘅中国嘅刷卡嘅，而家精數係鈔票啊，而家刷卡什麼卡，你啥卡不離個。那中間我都，那以我的那個半年啊，一年里向就失去興趣，我都去過嗰個種嘅，導致Panini產品也買落好。
Yeah, and one really like outstanding phenomenon in China is like those people who bust like 10 cases, 20 cases of like Panini stuff. They don't keep anything. They sell everything on eBay. Like after everything basically. That's why like, you know, like after 1 year or 2 years, they just lose all the passions and the interest in cars and just quit like all of a sudden, you know. They're like there's no consistency in the hobby like for many people.
我中意特別
Yeah, like there's like so many people like that like in China. They have money. Yeah.
From your perspective, how would you guys like attempt to make people more passionate about it and get them into the, you know, the collecting side that you guys are focused on as opposed to the money? Is there anything, you know, we can do as a community to move that forward, or is it just sort of a cultural thing that we're stuck with?
你刚刚我们可以做些什么，就是让这些人，就是说真正的 enjoy collecting。
推廣嘅，佢推廣需要是老重要，但是假使講就講，佢包括我們講，就先卡嗰個嗰個中國市場，總係有可能是老貼嘅，冇得。那能夠領悟到美國嗰種體育啊，種啥嘅，老手，我講佢做推廣嘅生活有得做。
Cause like in China, not just Panini, like there's little, like barely none, marketing or promotion done, like in terms of the collecting culture. Like us as a company, like even like we just provided a trading platform. We do like publish some articles about the knowledge of cars and you know, just like collecting culture or like the story behind cars like, in general.
Right.
Like we educate the masses, so they will like find like the content of the cars is actually like abundant, then like more than just value, you know. Like it just like we have to like educate the crowd, and as I said, it takes time.
打卡，医学的打卡吧，
医学的
打卡，你能卡到一个这个其他如果的推广卡，那这个是大家去卡到公司，
Yeah.
也没说的。
I'm not sure if I told you before. We actually like have another company that like produce and manufacture our own cars. Like we sign the intellectual property of like Chinese sports like professional team, and we produce, design, and sell cars like the wax of Chinese sports. Like we're doing stuff like that because if it's like Chinese sports, people will be more intrigued. Hey, it's like athletes I can see on the TV, and now I can get a piece of memorabilia of him. And we are doing this stuff as well. Like we already produce the products for like several Chinese professional soccer team, and also the Chinese professional basketball league. Like we have the whole product, and also the Olympics like gold medalist like Zhou Shiming. He's a boxer. We have like, we collaborate with like Futura, like the card manufacturer. Yeah,
That's interesting. So you guys are like the Panini of the Chinese sports?
Not the Panini of China. We try to be like our own. Like we don't try.
That's Is that like a dirty word? Is that I shouldn't have said that, right? You're like the upper deck of the tops.
因为为啥？我跟你讲，肯定你太注重那边就是 cash follow 啊，cash 保留实际的，那对卡的本身就像这种卡，侬对可以展示一下这种卡的整个设计，这种颜色，现在根本就没有这种卡。
Like our opinion towards Panini, like they focus too much on patch autograph. Like we think they should like logo man, like patch autograph. We think like they should like put forth more efforts towards like cards like this, you know, like really great design, the foil, like just the overall design, you know. Like we don't see many of those like parallels like in Panini stuff anymore. Don't tell me Galactics, like I hate Revolution, you know. That's not like a real interest for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Tell me about RB21. You messaged me about it, and you're sort of like keeping it secret. So, what's RB21?
你就帮你讲讲阿比那个，
明年啥？
就阿比那个老早是张老日的卡片。
阿比年是东京的卡片。
侬帮你讲，我就不晓得阿比那个。
侬飞不来哟。
侬大概帮你讲讲。
Okay, I saw both in his store. He's an old man.
The owner is an old man.
It's a store.
He every day.
Yeah, it's a car shop. It's a car shop.
Car shop in Tokyo, and he every day in his store, and I see him all time. He was the crashed box, crashed the bag, and every car, baseball, hockey, and football and basketball, 包括日本的也看到帮你讲，还有
Japanese baseball league cards.
Yeah.
Like the owner do nothing but opening wax. That's all he does. Like the owner, like he didn't do anything but opening cards, like 24/7, all day, every day. And there's one time he just
in Hawaii.
In Hawaii.
卡住的话，伊还有个4张脚队的落跑的。
OK。
就一个美国人要问伊买张。就伊要问美国人买张，有个美国人打得起他，要问那个美国人买，美国人不肯买给伊，不肯买给伊之后呢，两个人就发生了争执，吵起来之后呢，又老乱嘛。伊讲为啥袭击？伊讲美国人讲搿是阿拉个卡，那为啥我要买拨侬？伊讲侬已经有4张了。大比年老板就讲侬老是差了，我差了，侬就过来就差了。
There's a really like good anecdote about the owner of RB21. Like one time in Hawaii Summit, like he brought like 4 Jordan PMG green to the summit. He used to own 4, and there's an American collector brought 1 to the summit, and the RB21 boss wanted to buy the one like from the American collector, but the dude didn't want to sell it. So RB21's boss just got really mad. He just tear one up. He just like tear it up, like one of the PMG green, because the American didn't want to sell that one to him. He just got furious and just fuck shit up.
Oh, is RB21 the graded company? I've seen a couple cards that like he has them like cased in a RB21 with like a mountain.
Like a Venture 21 case.
Yeah,
right.
What is that? Is that what is that what that is?
It was like his own like grading service, you know. Yeah.
So
like
there's a few of those cards floating around that I've seen.
I know. You know, like RB21 used to collaborate with Beckett. Like they are the first like Asian car shop has like 3-page full of like advertisement in like monthly Beckett like review, like the price guide, and like after a while they just like fall by the wayside. The collaboration just fall by the wayside. Like they no longer in the collaboration relationship. So RE21 start doing their own grading service, which is like the Venture 21. Yeah, they used to have like a store in San Francisco too. Like they have so many stores, and it was like so big. Their business is so big. The reason they have like so much money to fund all the stores, and because they sell, the copyrights of the Japanese baseball to Upper Deck.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's why they have like a lot of money. Yeah, a lot of money like in their bank account.
So they still have shops around?
Yeah. It went bankrupt.
Totally gone.
Bankrupt. Yeah.
Maybe
totally gone.
一整套 PMG 出2年嘛，卖光，出2年没人了。
Yeah. They used to have like so many PMG, like the green PMG, like he's only like 2 players short, like Ray Allen and another guy. He had like a full set of PMG green, like just not with Ray Allen and the other guy. And he have like so many duplicates. He put in the like the box, like just a box full of like PMG green, like everything. He might add a penny too.
I know, it's like you obviously know what I'm thinking. Like, find this guy, give me a Penny Hardaway.
I will see the Penny Hardaway PMG green. The
yeah, 1 out of 100.
Send him my way.
In Hong Kong.
我反正可能买700-800块人民币，借不到。
几几年
？2000。
In 2000, like 2000, a Hong Kong collector came to Shanghai, and he brought a PMG green Penny Hardaway, like 1 out of 100. Do you know how much he tried to sell? Like back in 2000?
How much?
$300.
Oh my god.
300 bucks. It's true story. Like he tried to shop it to Michael. Yeah, they sing the card itself. You know, he brought it with him. Like Michael turned him down. He saying like 300 is too much.
All right. Well, this interview's over. I'll see you guys later. This sort of leads to my next question. Then, like, there's a perception here that there's a lot of Asian collectors that have like 90s player PCs sort of like locked down and like hidden, you know, from the public that we don't know about, and this sort of like leads into that. Is that true?
而家有老多啊，種90年嘅種老卡，就收90年嘅老卡，種 PC collector 美國人唔曉得，有啲考試或者 internet 或者網嗰度網嗰啲真啊嘛。而家是不是這樣子？
中國人看起來。
而家中國人而家美國人已經是等網嗰度去炫耀那個美國人。對 Yes. Yes, like many Chinese collector has like amazing collection, especially in the 90s. They just you don't see them on internet. Like they try to, you know, stay away from the public.
For what reason? What's the reason?
你跟我差的。
就讲就中國的地方辦法，就講我不應該曉得這，就像我老早雖然我才從那麼年出來，對吧？我
他不了解。
你講把到不了。
Because you know, like especially in China, like once people know you PC someone, like if you want a car from them, you're asking for astronomically high price because they know you want the car, like huge, especially like big one. That's why they try to stay in low key and try to buy stuff at reasonable price. Yeah, that's why you guys don't see him like see them like on internet. Yeah, there's a lot of people like that in China.
Because like here, it's like you know, if there's like a '90s player collection guy and they're like they can't find stuff, they'll just like the go-to phrase is like, oh, it's probably just locked in some collection in Asia or something that I'll never find, right?
It's kind of true though. It's kind of true. Like, you know, like I post some Ricky Miller like collection on our Instagram. He's a close friend of us, and people were amazed like how in the world he has like so many like 90s Ricky Miller card, like just on one person like locked in China.
Yeah,
like people just don't understand. Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy from our perspective because we like when we see it, it kind of comes up randomly, and it's like, whoa, where did this come from? Like,
Yeah.
because we sort of reveal like as we get stuff, right? So everyone kind of
Yeah.
knows all along, and then but when it comes out all at once, it's very like shocking and
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, we've been knowing him for like more than 10 years, but not until recently he decided to, hey, you guys want to like promote your company, you guys want to do some marketing. Hey, yeah, you can take my cars and just show to the public. That's why you guys just see all of them like one time, like it just pop out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like,
Um,
yeah.
so last topic, tell me about National, how that went for you guys traveling, all of that. How did it go?
Scott didn't go. It was me, Michael, and the guy who collects Gary Payton, and also the bossman, Jason Kidd guy. It was like, man, it was like 16 hours flight, including 2 hour layover in Chicago. Like, I should have like brought some lemon 45 that like the DiCaprio took in Wolves of Wall Street that cured my back. And besides that, it was so fun. It was so fun. We saw so many like amazing collection. Like the cars, I only see pictures of like from internet. By like just holding in hands, it's just different stories. Like I was amazed, and like I was not really into 90s inserts for obvious reason. Like I didn't start collecting until like 2003 or 2004. But seeing those cars like in person, it kind of like um, it kind of like inspired me to learn more about those cars and get to know the story behind them and how the collecting world was like back in '90. And we made a lot of deals like with people like I talked to on Instagram before. It was like great saying, and like a huge difference I learned like between the Chinese collecting adequate and the US is people don't really trade in China, but in America, people do barter deal. Like they trade card to card. But in China, it's all cash. How much is the card? Like, could you do lower? Like, we do cash deal all the time, but not trading. 我是帮你讲的就是文化差异，it's culture difference. Yeah.
So which collecting culture do you find yourself associating more with, the American culture or Asian?
Of course, the American one. Like we trade cars, like in our company. We trade cars, not just like selling for cash, but like in Chinese car community overall, people don't do this. Like, they rarely do this.
Yeah.
Like 95% of the transaction are made in cash deal. Like, but in America, like people will put like this car is for sale as well as for trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's like huge difference between China and America.
it's like one of the things I would love to see is just like the bridge being gapped between the two cultures in terms of the hobby.
Like once Scott said like back in '90, like when they started collecting cars, they actually trade cars. They actually trade cars for cars, but it no longer happen anymore. Like these days, just people don't do this
因为
anymore.
老早没网络，
Yeah.
大家就是拿卡跑到卡店到 store 里向，一人拿本卡跟那个交换，好，比如侬出到啥人啊，伊走了中啊，我有个，我是乱了个。
So when they started collecting, like there's no internet, like there's not much online activity going on. So they would just brought their cars, go to the car shop, like on weekend. Like everyone had like a one binder and just like looking through and trading cars. Yeah, and they don't really like accentuate the value of the car. They just like trade in personal preference. Yeah. That was like 90s, like 20 years ago. So
I mean, there's very little difference in what you guys are saying versus what's going on here. Like it's very similar, right? Like people when I was a kid, it's the same thing. We used to collect for fun, and now it's sort of like more of a money game. There's really not that much difference.
yeah, like yeah, of course.
So let's trade more cards together. How about that? Like let's open it up the gates and like trade and sell and have fun.
Yeah, especially like when we have like like a website, and also like you guys know us, we can just be like an intermediate, like a middleman to vouch for you guys. If you guys want to like do trade it's like to sell cars to Chinese people. Like, yeah, we can be the middleman to secure like the transaction.
Sure.
Like, yeah, like Chinese people used to have like bad reputation like
Yeah.
before. You know, like they will just like receive the car and claim it's not received and like do the chargeback on eBay. And these days, like we try to not to say like eliminate all of those like bad people, but we will help to protect the community as much as we can. That's also why the website is born, like why the company established, you know, like the consciousness, like that's
Right.
what we do. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Anything else? Anything else from Scott? He looks like he's got another story or a card or something. Anything?
If you see any Allen card,
Hit him up.
Yeah.
Slim Beard 2010. Slim Beard 2010.
I'll put
Yeah.
your guys's. I'm gonna put your guys' website and Instagram handles in the video so we can get some exposure and get you guys out there.
Yeah.
One last
Thank you.
question, and this is the most important question, so I need
Sure.
you both to listen. Where's the Penny Hardaway?
Where's the Penny Hardaway?
Help me find it.
网上还真係，網上還真係攞出嚟。
網上不是搿張，不是搿張，
PMG Green。
對，但是伊搿張肯定是沒搿張001吧？
啊，
張001嘅辰光，
網上還攞出5張 PMG Green。Penny
有
Hardaway。
個 Penny Hardaway 啊，
Penny Hardaway 紅上海 Mini C。
所以要買。
伊有一張 PMG Green。
我有網上嘅微信嘅，
我有網上
我
微信。
唔一樣。
Like he said, like he's more familiar with Mini C. Like they've been friends like for years.
Who is
But
this?
when I get it, you know, like I told you, it's like Mini C. Like just showcase a picture of like 5 PMG Green, right?
Oh yeah.
I told
Yep.
you, Mini C. Like he said, like he's like closer friends like with Mini C. He'll talk to him. But like when I asked like Mini C, he said like, no, the guy just vanished. He didn't know where the car is at. Yeah.
Just making the hunt more difficult and more fun for
Yeah,
me.
like talk to Scott. Like if you guys are friends on Instagram, like yeah, talk to him. Yeah.
Okay, great. I mean, that's all I wanted out of this interview. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. This was fantastic, guys. I'm really impressed with you guys and the collecting hobby and what you guys are holding on to over there and the improvements you're trying to make. I really appreciate all that, and I'm glad to hear it. Any last minute thoughts or anything else?
Yeah, like
都是那照片。
yeah, if like we have more insights to input and like just in general, or we found some cars you want, you'll hit you up on Instagram.
Sounds
Go
good.
down in your DM. You'll go down in your DM.
就可能交关这种我需要一防护性的，就是类似于这种不要啥。
你幫你講，你直接幫你講，Yeah, he'll talk to you. He'll
Great.
talk to you.
So
You know where to. Obviously.
I'll put your guys' Instagram handle so we can bridge this gap right now and get
Yeah,
everyone
don't
talking.
Fine, I put him.
No,
Like-
yeah, I'll put all your guys' like we'll
Like,
just
yeah, official. Okay.
open
Yo,
it up.
put interview. Like that's great communication. I appreciate that.
Yep. Because like from my end, we wanna make the communication better, and I know you guys do. So let's make it happen.
Of course. Let's do it.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. This was great.
Yeah.
Later.